Okay, we got that loaded, and go back here real quick. Okay, yeah, I gotta kind of move my screen down here. Let me move the, as you can see, this is my live stream thumbnail. It looks a lot bigger here, but the dimensions are 1280 by 720. Yeah, I'm gonna move my screen down here a little bit, and then let me move. Okay, I'm gonna click on the move tool, kind of move this up so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm moving that. Oh no, I can't. Okay, no, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna move. Okay, so we did the unmove. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to scroll this down a little bit. We'll just have to see how this works. I'm going to go ahead and add text into this, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in GIMP. I think I'll use red text, probably with a black drop shadow. So let's just get this out of the way here real quick. Let's go into text. I'm going to use a comic. Okay, add text here. Let's see. Okay, go into there. Comic bold with a red and with a drop shadow. This won't take very long. And I'll just save it as an XCF file. I'll convert it to a JPEG later. I won't put that on the live stream. I'll do that after, but let's just show you how to do this here. Scroll down here, comic, bold. Okay. Bold italic. I want bold italic. Okay. And usually it's right around 90 to 110. Oh, another thing I want to mention before I put this here, since this is a thumbnail, you want to, I just figured this out recently, you want to keep this lower right hand corner free from any text or logo or anything. I don't think I'm going to put a logo. I'm going to try putting a logo right under Karl here. But we'll get to that in a minute. But what happens is the thumbnails on mobile devices or any devices, actually, the timestamp for YouTube, so if the video is like 10 minutes, well, it's a little square down here in the right corner. So if you put your text, your logo, it's going to be covered up by that timestamp. So you want to try and keep that lower right hand corner empty, with no image, no logo, no text or anything like that. I just found that out the other day, and I'm looking at this here. I put the border on here after, and I got the border over my head. Now it looks like I got a flat head here. Oh well, I should have pasted this over the border, but oh well, that's a minor detail. So let's get in this. Let's go with GIMP. Let's go with, oops, let's go with 90, let's start with 90 and see how big that is. I want it to be about the same size as this, because the YouTube Live with Karl is showing up really good here. On smaller devices, I'm editing all my stuff to fit on like itty bitty small phones, and the reason for that is if I get everything looking good on a small phone, it's still going to look good on a laptop or even a bigger mobile device, or on TV if you watch it that way. So the best thing to do is do all your editing and try and make it compatible to a small phone, and that's going to work. That's going to work wonders. I just updated my channel art for that way, and I finally got that. It took a while to do, but I got my channel are finally the way I like it. Okay, so we got it at 90. Let's see how we go. Let's see how this works. Okay, I've got the text in there, so we get a little text box. And again, if the text box is going, I want to stay away from this. So we're going to go with, I'm just putting GIMP here. Let's see how big the letters are. G, oops, I wanted red letters. Okay. Let's go to color. Click on that. Click OK. Now let's go with this. We're going to have GIMP. GIMP Live. I'll just go GIMP Live. Well, that's kind of redundant because it got so GIMP Talk. That's where we go. GIMP Talk. Okay, GIMP Talk. Okay. Alright, I don't like the way that went, so let's stretch it out over here. Okay, good. That's going to keep away from the timestamp. I got that set there now. Now to do the drop shadow, we go over to this little thing here, select by color, click that, then you make sure that the little arrow is above there. You hold down the shift key, and there we go. Now it's just going to do the drop shadow just for this red area. So we go up to filters here, to the drop down menu. Oops. Light and shadow. Okay, go to drop shadow. We're going to use black. Scroll over the opacity. I keep it about 80%. Don't need it any higher than that. And the blur radius, we're going to reduce that to about 11. The offset Y, we're going to increase to 7. Offset X, we're going to increase to 7, hit OK, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we got that there. You got the 3 layers here. You got the drop shadow layer, you got the text layer, and then you got the actual thumbnail. Okay, I hope this is all showing up here. Well, I'll just have to look at the video and see how we're going. You probably won't see my little square because I moved that down there. Okay, let's flatten this. Actually, let's go to click on image, and then we go merge visible layers, merge. Okay, now I click up to this little rectangle select, and we just click on the white area here. And then you can see I got my drop shadow there. Let's go on an image. I like to flatten everything when I'm done. Flatten. Okay, again, click there. Okay, now I'm gonna get out of this. I'm just gonna save this. Let's see. Go to File, Save As. It's gonna save it as XCF. That's the GIMP thing. And then I'm gonna go into my other editor, convert it to JPEG, and then we'll be ready to post into YouTube. But I got all the dimension and everything set. Okay, YouTube, and I want to change the name. Oops, I want to first of all select the folder, all files, and we're going to pictures. That's the destination that I wanted in. Okay, I've got the name YT Livestream Thumb, and we're just going to call it Livestream YT Livestream Thumb GIMP. Here, GIMP, GIMP, and then just hit save. Okay, and I'm done with that for now. I'll do some further updating, but I won't put that on the live stream. That's something else. So let's get that out and start with a new thing. Let me go back to my OBS and see where we're at here. See where my thing is. Yeah, I should have actually had my my face up here, and no, I couldn't lower it down because that's moving the canvas. So let's see what we got here. Let me move this over here and see if we can. See if we can do this. Okay. Okay, I got that there. Oh, okay. Slide that over here. There we go. Okay. Well, part of it you'll see me in this little box here. Part of it you won't. So anyway, this is going to be my basic routine. This is something I'm going to be uploading today. This is one of my daily things, so we're just going to get into it. Then I'm going to finish my live stream. This should give you an idea on how to navigate and operate through GIMP. That's the whole purpose of what this live stream is, to show you the various tools and techniques and the things that I do. It would be impossible to do everything in one video on that. It would be like you could go on for hours and hours. But this is a good way to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to start. I like to do some text work, quotes, and you'll see what I'm going to be talking about here. So on this, what I'm doing is I'm going to be doing a text. And then I'm going to have a flattened version. Then I'm going to transform it into I'm going to map it into an object, then paste it onto another background with bucket fill and that sort of thing. But we'll get into that, and then we'll close this down. But there's going to be a number of procedures. So let's go with a file, and we're going to start with new. Let's see, let's go with, I like 1500 by 1500. So, now, I don't lock the width and the height, only unless necessary. Some people, sometimes depending on what you do, you lock it. There's a little thing you can click here and you can lock it. I don't. I like to do the width and the height separately. Okay, so we're going to have 1500 by 1500. So this takes a little bit. Okay, there we got 1500 by 1500. Click OK. Click OK. There we go. Let's see where I'm at here. Make sure I got that there. Okay, good. All right, there we go. There's the screen. There's the. Okay, let's see if I can move the canvas over. Okay, so undo moving the canvas. Go back here. So this'll work. You'll get the idea. Okay, now we're going to add text. I have a set procedure. I kind of a running order, if you will. Okay, based on what the text and that sort of thing. Okay, the last one. Scroll all the way up to the top. Let's see here. And I have no idea how this is going to come out. So could come out good, could come out bad, it could come out ugly. So we'll just see. Okay. Okay, we're going to AR Carter medium. Okay, and on these I like 130, and I can adjust that after that. Let's see, oops. 30, okay. Alright, there's my text box. Then I alter this. I like to have it centered in this little box, and we'll take it from there. Now I'm just going to start typing in what the text I want to type in, so you'll see what I'm doing here. Okay, this is going to, yeah, this is going to be one that I have real trouble with, so this probably won't look very good. I'm still trying to get better at this particular type of text, but we'll see. I can do something interesting with that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay, this is going to take a few minutes just for me to type all this in, but I wanted to let you know how I do this. Okay. So yeah, while I'm typing this, just enjoy the music in the background that I have going. I'm killing two birds with one stone. This is what I normally do in the morning, so I'm doing my live stream, plus I'm doing this at the same time, so this is really good. This is saving me a ton of time, a ton. Okay, got the basic text in there now. I don't like how this ended up. I like to have this last part of it all at once. So I take one of these handles, and I stretch it out, trying to get, I might have to, no, there we go. Okay, good, we got it the way I want. Okay, now we just need to lower it. We just kind of push the top down here like that. Okay. Okay, that, I just eyeball stuff. Okay, so now let's click over here. Got the text, so I click on the move tool. Okay, and that gives me a good idea. I got the little square here. It looks like that's pretty much centered. I just eyeball it here. Okay, here we are. Okay. Yeah, see, we've got that there. Got it. So now let's click up to here. We have two layers, as you can see. We got the text layer, and we got the background. I want to do alpha to click on the filters here. We got alpha to logo. Let's see, gotta remember. Oh, I wanted to do, well, that's okay. There's more steps in there. I can do that one tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna go with chip away. This is another one that I have problems with. This, I'm telling you right now, I know ahead of time this is going to be ugly. It probably won't look very good, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, click on that. Okay, let's go with a reduce the chip amount to about 13. Blur amount. Let's increase the blur amount to 7. And invert. Yeah, keep the drop shadow. We're going to keep the bump layer. And then fill background with pattern, and then keep background. Okay, now we're in pattern. Okay, we're going to browse. Let's see, I want a different pattern. I use portions of my own images for background. Okay, that looks like that's going to work. Okay, so just close. Okay, let me go back up to here. Yeah, we got that in there. Okay, so we got the background, the pattern that I want in there. Let's click OK and just see how this comes out. It's kind of doing its thing right now. And as you can see, it's creating a bunch of different layers. Okay, I can fix this. I like the way it's coming out. You know what? I'm gonna edit this. I could have had that text. I like the background, so we're gonna keep the background, but I want the text to be a little bit better. So we're gonna undo this, and all I'm gonna do is change the text color here. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to edit. Let's undo, chip away. Okay, go back here and go to filters and redo the go to filters. Okay, go to chip away. All right, so we got okay, yeah, it's gonna give me the. Okay, now we're going to cancel this. We're going to keep the background, so we're going to cancel this. What I'm going to try and do is, let's see if I can get a different color. Go with this. Let's see if we can do okay, change that and bucket fill with just a solid color, not a pattern. Foreground color. Okay, let's go with a foreground color. No, not to red. We want to kind of like a bright blue. Okay, go with that. Bucket fill. See if we can bucket fill this. There we go. There we go. Now let's click on that there. Now let's go with the filters here. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, this should show up better. This should show up better. Let's go to filters again. Let's go to alpha logo. Let's go to chip away. This might be work. Okay, we got the background. We got everything we set. Okay, let's go. Now we should be able to see the text a little bit better. Okay, now it's default. The black is default. Okay. I'm just going to go with this. Okay, I can do some other stuff here. Okay, let's just get this going here. Image. Let's just merge visible layers. Merge image. Flatten. Okay, so now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's adjust the. Yeah, see, a lot of this didn't go in. Okay, this, I told you it wasn't going to look very good. Okay, let's go with curves here. Click on colors, work with some curves. Then I'm going to do a bump map on this. Okay, there we go. Can't really see the, yeah, see, we got some wild things going on here, but that's okay. When I bump map it, it's just going to make the effect better. Okay, go with that. Okay, this is going to be good. Okay, go with the colors. Let's go with brightness and contrast. Let's go with a contrast and see what we got here. There we go, contrast. And can we do a little bit of the brightness? Yeah, I like that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now let's bump map this. Let's go with a bump map. Okay. Here we are. Let's invert. Keep the compensate for darkening because when you bump map it does do darkening, so you want that checked. Go to invert. There we go. Then you got 3 sliders. I don't mess with the X, Y offset or the water level or the ambience. I just do the azimuth, elevation, and depth. So I start with depth. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we're making that a little bit darker, but as you can see, what I'm trying to get is some texture in the background. And I'm trying not to make it too dark. It is going to be darker, so I'm going to probably have to adjust the darkness and the brightness after because what's going to happen when I click OK, the whole thing's going to be a little darker, but I want the texture on the background. So the biggest thing is to be able to see the text and what you're going to see. Okay, that actually worked better than I thought. You can see the text a little bit better, and you got the effect that I wanted. So this is good. Got the effect here. You can see the little edge. Let me just kind of move this down here, and you can see that there. Okay, now let me go back to colors again. Then I'm going to put a border around here. Let's see. Let's go to color, hue, saturation. Let's go to levels. Levels is another way of kind of doing curves. I like doing curves better than levels, but I'm going to work with the midtones here. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's lighten up the midtones. Okay, that's getting better, but I want to cut the background a little too light for my liking, so we're going to darken that and have the output. The bottom row down here is the output. Slide this arrow over. Yeah, that's darkening it. Okay, let's lighten it up. Output level. Lighten it up. Okay. Back to midtones. Okay. Where I'm not washing out too much of the red. I want the different levels of red. And you got the effect of the bump. Some. Yeah, I can lighten it up some. Okay, just a little bit there. Okay. And I'll do some saturation here. That'll work. Okay. There we got the letters. Part of it you can't read because of the grill, but that's okay. I didn't think this part came out good. But I could have picked a better image. This is the best that I've done this particular type of text. This is a very difficult text for me to work with. Okay, let's go into, let's saturate it, hue and saturation. Let's throw in some, saturate a little bit more. Oh, a little bit too much. Okay, there we go. And lightness. There we go. Okay, you can still see the lettering, you can still see the text, and I got a lot of the color back. Okay, and you still got the texture of the bump map. Okay, that's gonna work. Okay, I like to flatten everything. Let's go flatten. Okay, where am I at here? Okay, let's see. Okay, now we're gonna add a border, and then we're going to transform it into more than likely a box, and then we'll be done with the live stream. This should just give you an idea. Hopefully what I'm trying to get at, as I said earlier, is to give you an idea how to navigate around through GIMP. When I do quite a bit of stuff here. So let's go to filters and go to decor, go to add border, and I like the X and Y at 50. It just, there we go. And you'll see why, because it gives, oops. It's not too big, it's not too small. Okay, I just keep the background color because I'm going to do a bucket fill on this. So we go there. There we go. So we got a different layer here. You got the border layer, the background. So you click on the image, you merge the visible layers, go to image, go to flatten. Okay, so now let's go over here. Now we're going to bucket fill this here. So click on this, and then we're going to, oops, not bucket fill, excuse me, here. What we're going to do is we're going to select the color. So we click on here, select the color. So now, and then we hold shift. There we go. Now we're going to bucket fill this. Okay. Let's try and find something that's going to contrast with the red. Let's see. What do we have here? Okay, this is something dark. Let's see. See what we got here. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, then let's go up to the rectangle. Then click on the white. Now let's go with this, go to the select the color, hold down shift, got there, go to bucket fill, use the same pattern, and then hit shift. That bucket fills the rest of it. Okay, that's gonna work. Okay. Now we'll go to image. We're gonna flatten the image. Okay, and then click on the white there. Okay, now get back over here. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the text. Can't really read it too much, as I said, but I like what I like about it is I got the text here and I got the colors, and you can see the text a little bit. So it'll be one of these that I do some extra work on. Okay, so now let's save this. I saved 2 files because I can probably use this flattened version as something else, into something else. So I'm going to file, we're going to save it to my desktop, save as, and I give it my name, but I'm going to save it to desktop. Let's see. Okay, give it this name here. Okay, we just saved it to my desktop. Now that we saved that, because I'm going to use this particular one, now we're going to edit this one into we're going to transform it into a box, into a cube. Filters, go down to map, and drop down the map object. Okay, we're going to map it into a box. And there's some squares here. We want the transparent background. You can tile the source. I'm going to work on that later, but right now I don't. Then I create a new image because I want 2 files for this. And then we got to create the new layer. Okay, and then the depth, I scroll all the way to the right to the 5.0. Threshold I keep the same. Sometimes I mess with the light, but I'm just going to keep that. Material I'm going to keep at the same. Orientation is really where I do everything. First of all, I make the box a little smaller, then I rotate. Okay, rotate a little bit. As you can see, the box is rotating, and I try to keep it as 3-dimensional looking as possible. That's the whole idea of doing that. Okay, box. Okay, scale X. I'm gonna scale that down a little bit smaller. Okay, Y. We're gonna make it a little bit bigger. And Z. We're gonna make it a little bit bigger. Okay, there we are. There's kind of a nice. And this is going to render. This is going to take a little bit to do. Maybe about 20-30 seconds, something like that. It's rendering. As you can see, the render bar, it's going. And because it's competing with my OBS, this is going to take a little bit. So yeah, so just bear with me here. So I hope if any of you are out there who don't understand GIMP, I hope this has given you a better understanding of how this, and it's the render time that really takes me a while. I'm checking my, while this is doing this, I'm checking my cell phone for messages. Oops. Okay. So we got, okay, good. I thought I was going to get a text here. I guess not. Okay, the render's about halfway done. Okay. Yeah, it's going good. Okay. Okay, anytime. This is actually a pretty fast render. Sometimes I did what I did because I knew it would the render time would go faster. Sometimes I do some shapes, cylinders, boxes, whatever, but sometimes I do a number of things, and the render time can be like about 20 minutes. So I wanted to do something where the render time wasn't that long, but also to get you the idea of showing you how I do things. Once you do GIMP, I mean, I've been on GIMP, I think about 3 or 4 years now, and the first few times I was just I was lost. But what I did is I watched a lot of tutorials, YouTube tutorials on GIMP. So, oops, okay, let me go back to this. Okay, so we got our box here. I'm kind of happy with it. Let's just go with curves again. Let's kind of lighten it up some. Okay, there we go. Let's see. There we are. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's cancel out of that. Let's go with levels. Let's go with levels. Because I don't want to change that much on this version. Oops. Let's work with the midtones. Make it darker, I believe. Let's put the output as darker. There we are. Darker. The output darker, and then the midtones a little bit lighter. Turn this in a little bit darker. Okay. I like that. That'll work. See, it's hard to read. I knew this was going to happen with this particular type of text. But my main thing is I'm working on something that, I'm going to keep that secret. But the main thing is for me to get the shape of the box, to get the right 3D look. That's really what I'm working on. The text is, yeah,